Hello, everybody. This is Rich, and you're watching my YouTube channel where we play awesome tabletop RPGs with cool people. This is a continuation to a game we haven't played since May of this year. It is the wonderful Monster of the Week, which is using the it's powered by the Apocalypse. So the Apocalypse World, as you know, is like one of my favorite games of all time, ever and forever. And this is kind of in the vein of Buffy, Supernatural, number of other TV shows that have a Monster of the Week type idea. You can even play some X-Filesy type characters, and you may know some of the characters that are going to be here. If not, you can go back in my channel. I'll link up some of the previous play sessions. But I, again, am not the GM for this one. Pretty excited because Alex has been a fantastic keeper. That's the special name for the game master in this particular game. He's the keeper of horrors. And they're pretty horrific. So I am going to pass the baton to Alex. How are you doing, Alex?
Hi, I'm doing good. Well, yeah, we are playing with Morgan. See, we've got Morgan there. The monstrous.
Hello.
Yeah, I think she's in the vein of a white court vampire.
Yes. Yes.
Emotion draining kind of.
Blood. Blood is gauche. I feed on emotions, mostly sorrow. I like sad people. They're very tasty.
Sadly, your one of your best meals is currently off following leads, hunting the killer of his wife, a werewolf. So he's been.
I have to say, I hope for success. Although if he fails, then that's delectable.
Yeah. So yeah, he's you see him occasionally, quipping new weapons, gaffer taping wounds, and then heading back out into the night with a grunt. So you get little morsels every so often. And we've also got Vincent, our crooked.
How are you doing?
And yeah, you recently had, as part of a deal you made, a group.
It's been renegotiated.
You had to spend 3 days with a Jocelyn, who was a kind of rival to Morgan, and she was what court of vampire would that? Red Court? Is that
she was probably Red Courts.
Yeah, so. And she had 3 days that you hers for, but you say it's been renegotiated?
Well, no, the deal with the devil was renegotiated.
Oh yes, that was. So you've not had any more dealings with Jocelyn after those 3 days?
Well,
that was just 3 days.
I wouldn't say that. Let's just say that in a true sense of Jason Stackhouse, Vincent has a really bad choice in relationships. He either fancies his cousin's wife, or a blood-sucking vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So you have some sort of thing still going with Jocelyn.
Yes.
Or is it more that she has a thing going with you?
Well, it's
Complicated.
It's complicated. Yes, on Facebook.
And Ty, how are you doing? Because Bran, your newlywed wife, has some sort of got a kind of deal with a gallery in New York, which she couldn't pass up. So she's been commuting back and forth. So there's quite long stretches where it's just you in your flat. How's that going?
That's sucky. But
I should probably say that you're the chosen one.
Oh yeah, P.S. I'm the chosen one. But it actually kind of makes me get off my ass and make sure that when she does come back, that the apartment's actually been cleaned, and I've worked really hard to get all my homework done because I'm in college, PS. So we can actually hang out and do stuff together. So in that sense, it's good, but it sucks.
So you've kind of matured a bit because of it.
It was a really rough season last season. Having your sister get killed in front of you and then getting possessed by like the queen of all evil. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened, yeah.
That did happen.
Oh, and Ty, remember, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm always here for you.
I know, Morgan. We should totally do a movie night.
Yes, I have a small selection of the saddest movies. It would be best for you to get it all out.
Speaking of sadness, Morgan, your shop still isn't yours, is it? The one that you had a kind of a little cabal of hangers-on, didn't you? But they kind of got taken away by Jocelyn, along with the little goth store.
Oh, it's material possession. I hardly even miss it. I've got my allies and friends, so I'm not at all bitter towards Jocelyn at all. And the fact
Can you feed off your own upset?
No.
Oh, I guess that would be cannibalism. Oh no, be something.
It's probably not appropriate.
No, it'd be uncouth.
I'm more angry that she's gotten talons into Vincent. But
Yes, because Vincent looks a lot like your long dead lover, who Jocelyn was a kind of rival for as well back in the day.
Yes, and it seems that she has the upper hand this time.
Yeah. Did we ever find out if Vincent was the actual reincarnation of that person, or?
I'm taking bets, but we haven't decided yet.
Between you and Jocelyn?
And anyone else who wants in.
There's a tally.
And of course, no one deemed it fit to notify me of this.
Oh no.
That's not at all fair.
Poor Vincent. So innocent.
Poor mortal Vincent.
Yeah.
Poor mortal Vincent that we had to save from a demon last time.
Oh yes, I'm trying to get up in the world. All those vampires and shit.
Yeah. What did you sell your soul for?
Wealth and power and lots of fun times.
Yeah. Cue flashback to, I guess, lots of naked flesh and party sounds.
Good. Yes.
And I kind of imagine a bubble bath foam for some reason as well. There was some intense fun times for a while, wasn't there?
The bubble bath foam, is that because we're not on HBO, or?
Possibly, yes. What was Buffy on? Fox? No.
It was formerly the WB, became the CW.
Oh. Okay. So, what have you been doing with your time, Morgan?
Well,
You don't have your place to hang out.
No,
you remember? I remember some of your routines. Going to the sad movies and such.
Yes, and Eric doesn't want to go to the movies, and Vincent doesn't have time for me, and Ty, I don't know. It seems like he thinks maybe perhaps I'm a bore. I'm not sure. So I don't really have a place of my own right at the moment.
Also, where are you staying? Do you just wander the streets, never sleeping?
Yes, I did find that there's a divorce support center, so I pretend that I'm divorced because it's quite useful for my purposes. I'm quite well fed. Lots of sad people there. They keep trying to ask me out, but that's all right.
How are you? Have you kind of attempted just to turn that into your new domain?
I'm tempted. I've considered talking
We
to an
could.
instructor. It's
We could see, have a little roll and see if your unnatural appeal has given you domain over.
that sounds interesting to me. I think we should do that.
Let's have a little. Oh,
Yes.
there's also one other thing. There is a start of session move that I forgot.
Oh.
I think we should have that first.
Okay.
I should bring it up so I can actually answer it.
That
Shows
does
it.
not look good. Plus
Does it give you
weird,
anything?
which
Weird.
is
-1.
yeah, which is even worse.
But you get experience
Experience.
because we revised rules, right? I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, I think it's my single favorite change from the original to the revised is the experience points.
That's a strange comment, Morgan.
I'm just saying that I've grown quite powerful from my failure. That's all I'm saying.
How
So
very
that
meta.
happened.
No bad things are happening. Where's Ty? I mean, what's he doing? He's not at home though, is he? He's somewhere else. Are you at school?
Yeah, totally in the school library with like a stack of books in front of me and looking generally puzzled
Hmm.
because physics is really hard.
Yeah.
I should not have signed up for this class.
I think as a girl who like can sees your confusion, just staring at the books, can like maybe picking up, looking at titles, and just frowning, and it's like, oh, are you taking physics as well? Oh, that one is a really good book. If you're in the first or second year of it.
First with Bjornstad,
Oh, you want the one on the left? Just that one.
that one.
Yeah. It's like, can I help you with anything else? She's like, seems quite into you. I mean, you're not an ugly fellow.
Yeah, but I'm also like a Labrador puppy. Yeah, so
That does not stop people being drawn to you. I think that adds to the.
it just means Ty's a little oblivious. Like he still hasn't caught on to Vinny
Yeah.
after all this time.
Mm.
So this is gonna tell me the answer to, and like he opens up his notebook and he's like, he's got like the essay topic that he starts reading word for word, but like it's physics and there are really long hard words in there that he's pronouncing so painfully.
Well, yeah. She's like looking over the notes and like, well, maybe, and then like takes another book, like a different one that is like maybe a bit more simple. Like maybe this one, it covers the same stuff. You're all gonna die, but it's it's
What?
just much easier to.
What did you just say?
I'd just say it covers the same stuff. I mean, but it's just a little bit more simple. Not simple, but better for if you're starting out.
So you definitely didn't say anything about dying, right?
No.
Yeah, good. I heard this teacher was tough. That's maybe,
I
yeah.
remembered I have an essay to finish. But yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. And she's a bit afraid of you now, and kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of goes off and kind of one quick glance around over her shoulder to make sure you're not following her or anything, and leaves the library. Yeah. So yeah, Morgan, you were going to see about how you're going with this.
Oh yes, well I am. Because of my unnatural appeal, I roll weird instead of charm, which is lucky for me because I have a +3 weird, as you can see. So let's see how this goes. Please don't fail. That would be an 8 plus 3 and 11.
11. Oh. That's your. So you basically you rule the roost now at this center. You don't need to do anything in return. Just being there now they are your minions.
Oh, excellent. I'll just go ahead and note that then.
Yeah.
What's
Have you kind of set up there now have you got them like to set up one of the back rooms really nice?
It's nothing too much. I don't want to take it.
Just a small donation from everyone to.
Very small. A tithe.
Very reasonable.
Like a tenth. Less than a tenth. No.
Yeah.
Yes, not greedy.
You're not unreasonable, are you?
Well, I don't need food. That cuts down costs greatly.
Yeah.
I don't sweat, so I can wear pretty much the same clothing often. I do like black, so it's hard to tell.
So yeah.
A nice turn of events. I'm almost giddy.
And Vincent, how's your life going at the moment? I mean, we talked a little bit about your relationship. So, do you spend when you meet for your, I don't want to judge it, whatever it is. you have a right to live your life.
I think it's just above Morgan's old store.
Yeah.
No, it's getting late in the morning, and I need to go to a diner and have some steak, some mussels.
I guess you
anything
feel
that
quite
contains lots of iron.
pale. Yeah.
I'm not sure if she'll join me, but I'm feeling like I need to sit down and eat something.
Oh, I mean, my dear, can't you stay a little bit longer? I mean, it was a very long night.
Yes, it was.
Jocelyn could do with you could spare a little bit more, couldn't you, dear?
Look, I'm not going to make it out the door anymore.
Well, that's not a problem, is it? And kind of like just touches your nose.
Yeah, but I'm already having. Oh, my head. I'm having trouble focusing already.
I feel we're getting another manipulate. I think you're trying to use your health as a bargaining chip.
Sure. Wait, of course my stats are right there on the screen.
Oh, you are quite charming, sir.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So that's a 9.
A 9. So, what do you bring to the table to or like what offer or thing do you bring to the table to kind of just kind of back off a bit?
Unless you just want to have a ragdoll on the bed, I think you'd prefer if there was some interaction. And
she does seem to be kind of mulling that over, like, okay.
If I don't, I can't do that thing. that you like.
Oh, I do like that thing. Yes, off you go, dear. You go and fill up, and should I
Thank you.
see you here tonight?
Yes. Tonight.
Excellent. I'm sure one of the my underlings downstairs will fix you up a coffee on your way out if you like. Just
Yeah.
tell them
that would be
Jocelyn
good.
said so.
I know what to say. I've said it before. As soon as I get out of the room, I'll grab my pack of iron supplements. Already take one.
I think there's a small kind of cooler set up downstairs specifically for you, with supplements and little energy drinks and such. High in protein. As you kind of leave the shop, this is a question both to I think you and maybe Morgan can think of. What is the new name of the shop? I mean, it's something that I'm sure would probably infuriate Morgan. It would be so. I mean, is it now called like Vincent's or something, or My Vincent?
Or one up on you or something.
Or maybe your ex-lover from back in the day's name.
I hate her so much.
What was your ex-lover called?
It's been a long time. I've tried to purge it from my memory. Not that I
Yeah.
think about him often.
Yeah. What part of the world were you living in at the time? And when we're talking Renaissance Italy, or
No, it was actually here. I was one of the first.
in the Americas,
Yes,
in the colonies?
Yes, came of 1700s. Oh, perhaps. George.
What?
I think we have a case of dramatic whispering.
Yes.
George, perhaps.
George's.
That's much better. So
Yeah.
much better. It's a women's shop. Why would you name it George?
Who knows what goes on in Jocelyn's mind? So you were going to a diner.
Yeah.
Is it like classic American diner or more?
No, it's
coffee
gonna be
shop?
the Red Lobster. I need surf and turf.
Yeah. So you order of a big? Are you ordering of a big plate or just
Yep.
everything? Yeah.
Surf and turf.
Oh, here you are, dear. Whoa. Do you want a refill on the coffee? Free refill?
Yes.
Just try
Thanks.
it. She comes back a second. It's you broke the deal. Thank you, dear. And
Well,
do you want another coffee? I can change if it's fresh.
well, I'm not aware of any. I'm just a paying customer here, right?
Yeah. It's a free refill. You don't have to pay for the refill.
Well, good. I thought that was the deal. You get free refills on your coffee. How can I break that?
Did I miss something?
It's about the deal?
The refills? Sorry,
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? Never mind. I'll just drink.
Enjoy the food and the just ask if you want another coffee. It's fine.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anything for regular customers. Yeah. She goes off.
I sort of stare at her as she goes and like drink my coffee loudly.
Mhm. So, Thai. It's where you got that essay to work on.
Yeah. I
Where
think
do
I
you
am
like to
gonna.
go?
Well, I was gonna stay in the library, but I feel like that's a bad idea now. So I think I might just take my books and head home with it, and kind of send a text to Morgan on the way and say, I think somebody just told me I was going to die today.
Where are you?
Heading home.
Oh, I'll see you there.
Texting at a stoplight.
Yeah, I think you. Oh, you're driving. Yeah.
Please don't text while driving. It can wait.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah, I think you. I'm sure you must. I guess like a old, like a homeless guy is like pushing a cart across the road, and you probably like almost. You do like one of those start stops, like really. Oh,
Sorry.
he like bangs. Yes, he just like turns really coldly, looks at you, and is like, "Yes, yes, you will be," and then just goes and continues going.
Okay. Maybe head home and minimize interacting with the rest of the world for right now.
So yeah, you're going home to work on your.
Yep.
Uh, Morgan, you've you have you rule the roost. That's the center. Um, you just got a text from Ty being threatened. Strange that he's so scared to be threatened. Or you didn't say who threatened him. You just said he got threatened.
Anything that bothers Ty is definitely a threat. I'll make my way over to his place.
You arrive.
Yes.
Do you just walk in?
Well,
I can
yes.
imagine the yeah.
I know where the key is.
Is Ty a person who would remember to lock the door?
Well, given the seedy neighborhood he lives in, probably through very harsh experience. Because I think he lives above like a bar or something, if I remember right.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just barely.
Yeah. I mean, the crime's not that bad actually recently, since certain incidents happened in the city. I mean, there's been a kind of a slight what's the opposite of influx? Migration of citizens.
It's a drop.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not necessarily like I'm sure things have gone missing, but I mean drunk people.
Yeah.
Like God knows
yeah.
where they're going to turn up.
Yeah, they do sometimes just take the wrong turning instead from just walking. Try and use your flat as a toilet occasionally.
Yeah.
Tyler Sosno, what has threatened you? You are the chosen, so this is very important. What's happened?
So I was getting this, and he like holds up a physics book because we're learning about triaccelerators something. Anyway, so I think she said we were all gonna die, but then she said she didn't say it. And then the homeless guy that I almost ran over, which I didn't actually run over, I stopped. But he said something really weird too. Has anyone said anything weird to you today?
No, not anything that sounds pertinent to this. Not at all. Perhaps there could be some kind of communication from the other realms. I wonder if perhaps I've run into something like this before.
If
I'd
only
like to
there was a
use-
relevant move.
If
I
only.
know a relevant move called Dark Past. I'd like to troll through my memories for something relevant to the case at hand and roll plus weird, which I've established I'm pretty weird. That is a 15.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll have to check if that's a success. Yeah.
On a 10 plus, ask the keeper 2 questions from the list below. Do I know anyone who might be behind this?
You don't. You wouldn't know anyone who's behind this, sadly.
Then do I? Who do I know who can help us right now?
Who would have slightly more experience with the kind of the darker forces? I think we might have to go to the go-to expert on the darker forces and darker magics of this world. Yeah, I think we have to go to Jocelyn.
Yes, we had other contacts who were more reliable, but they're all dead now because we kept going to them.
She tends to be the survivor of these of your adventures. Other NPCs tend to not be so lucky. They should be more interesting. That's how she survives.
There should be more thorns in the sides of other people in our group, perhaps. We need to go to speak to Jocelyn about this. She may know more about it because Jocelyn is involved with lots of evil things. That's how she knows.
Oh. Great.
Yes, exactly.
And we're still not.
Yeah, how does Ty feel about the whole?
I was just gonna say, and we're still not killing her, right?
I'm not opposed to the threat.
Is this something you've actually brought up with Vincent since the whole thing has developed?
3 days has transpired. Gee, he owes her nothing now. We will be doing him a service. He's under her thrall.
Yeah, I mean, it must be months since that 3 days.
I don't know. I'm not keeping a calendar and keeping track. Thank you.
I mean, it could be months. It could be 5 months, 3 days, 2 hours, and 33 seconds. Who knows? I'm not keeping track.
I'm centuries old. I don't keep track of such petty things. It's actually more like 6 hours now.
Oh. Speaking of Vinny, I think T's gonna get a text too from Ty that just says, "Are you having a weird day?" ?
You'll get a text back saying something like, meh. Just meh.
Are you at Jay's? Because Jocelyn's too long to type.
Recovering.
Ty rolls his eyes. Where?
Red Lobster, where else?
Apparently, Vincent is at Red Lobster. Should we pick him up on the way?
Yes, that sounds excellent. You'll drive?
Yeah. I mean, I had to get a new crappy car to replace my old crappy car, but it runs.
Shotgun.
Mm. So, Vincent, are you just gonna hang out inside the Red Lobster until they arrive, or are you gonna kind of get
Oh
your
yeah,
food
no,
together?
I'm going to sit and eat this.
And there's like a mother and child like behind you, kind of also eating like a breakfast, and the
God, I
kid's
hate
probably
them.
like banging on the chair behind you.
Yes, I hate kids.
I think the mother's probably, I think, is ignoring the behavior. You know, like I think you're probably getting like poked with something in the back of your head. Some like
Yeah,
plastic.
as soon as like I try to ignore all the noises, and then as soon as the poking in my head starts, I go like, "Do you mind? I'm eating here."
The kid kind of like stops and just like slow smile forms on its face, just like staring right back at you. There's no shock or surprise. I mean, it's like a I don't know, 4-year-old little boy, and it's just smiling back at you, not in a cheerful way, or it's like just nasty smile.
Go make a drawing, and I turn back to my foods.
I think you eat a little bit longer, and then the kid kind of toddles over, smiles at you quite nicely, this little smile, quite happy, and then puts a picture down on the table and then waddles back.
What did he draw?
um, I mean, it's quite crude, but it's you, Morgan, Bran, Eric, Ty, just like, well, you're not in good condition. It's
Dismembered or?
this, yeah, it's pretty brutal and nasty.
Like initially, I just glance at it and go like, whatever, and then my brain starts to catch up a bit, and then my eyes drift back over to the drawing and go like, look back at the kids.
The kid's just like spooning some jelly into its mouth, just like just messily covering it, getting it all over its face. The mum kind of like just gives you like a little smile, like kids.
I pick up the drawing and like while the mom's looking over,
Yeah.
I'll go like, what the hell?
She's kind of just little like peep through your picture. If you look at the picture again, it's like a tree and a rhinoceros.
Yeah, no, that's blood loss.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Like,
Sorry, yeah, no, carry on.
Asshole. She mutters under her breath.
That's fair enough.
I think Morgan and Ty probably pull up outside.
I'm gonna finish this meal, damn it.
I was gonna say I'm totally expecting to have to go in and get him,
Yes.
and mostly I just want to go in so I can steal his last biscuit.
Yes, well, I guess we go in.
Well, there's a little booth. I guess it's like one of those booths. There's like a plastic table. You know, serviette box, some ketchup, other condiments. I've never seen a Red Lobster.
It's okay. It's fine. We can use our imaginations. It looks like a restaurant.
Yeah, it looks like a restaurant. If you could have seen one of those before, it's that.
Quick, Red Lobster, dimly lit, always has a lobster tank right in the front, nautical-themed crap around the place, lots of dark woods, usually a bar.
All the lobsters kind of just follow you with their kind of gaze as you enter.
Of course they do!
Oh God.
It's not like they have
Okay.
anything better to do.
So Ty will go in and kind of peek around till he finds Vincent and just pull up a chair and then steal his biscuit.
Hey,
I'm hungry.
so am I. Give that back. Ew, no,
He
never
just
mind. You
crams
now
the
you-
whole thing in his mouth.
You look, well, perhaps a bit used. Are you going to be all right, Vincent? Can you hear me?
Yes, Morgan, I can hear you.
You're pale. You have bags
Yes.
under your eyes.
Uh-huh.
You're more than a little unkempt. You stink just a bit. More
That's
than most.
not true.
It's kind of true, he says, like through the biscuit.
What?
And Ty's not really an expert in body odor, so you should take that as a definite yes.
Why am I listening to
Was there going to be a slur coming there
yes.
to the
And then
differently?
jumped it back like no, I should probably not have said that because that
I'm
To the
just worried
differently
about-
human.
I'm worried about you, Vincent. I mean, it used to be a rather fetching 5 o'clock shadow, and now it's become somewhat unkempt. You look like a writer, and I know you don't write.
What are you
Do you
saying? I'm
perhaps
not
spit on the
smart
floor
enough?
when you say writer? No, Morgan would never spit on the floor.
We're indoors. We don't do that anymore.
Hey, what are you saying? I'm not smart enough to write?
No. Nevertheless, did anything weird happen to you today, perhaps? Ty has received death threats from random people. Have you?
I just got this lovely drawing from the kid back there.
Rhino
Oh,
in a
my.
tree.
So you're making friends. That's good. You should have more friends, Vincent.
Yeah.
Is that a dagger in your eye?
Oh, it's actually just a rhino in a tree. The picture.
Oh.
A rhinoceros in a tree. Distinct lack of daggers.
It looked different for a bit there. Oh.
How different?
What did you see?
I saw death. Yeah, that's it does death.
It does that? Does it do
Well,
it repeatedly?
No, it just turned back. It really, I'm telling you, it looked different. Like, it even had a lovely picture of Morgan dismembered. Oh, and you, Tyler. And Bran. And everyone, really.
Just to clarify, everyone that's important to you?
No. No. Just you
Who's-
guys.
Who? Oh,
Thanks. I think, and Ty had kind of been leaning back, but he leans forward and kind of lowers his voice because it's public, and he's already embarrassed himself once today. So I think, the girl in the library said some, you all, multiple alls. Us's.
she could have been Southern. American South, that's a colloquialism. But this could be really happening. It could be a threat that's coming forward and expressed through many mouths, or it could be a group hallucination. If you're saying that you saw a picture and when we look at it we don't see anything, then it could be some kind of mass hysteria, perhaps. We need to speak to Jocelyn, unfortunately.
No. I'm thinking demon.
Why are you thinking demon?
And then he points over to the waitress. She.
There's a waitress.
What? Thank you, Captain Obvious. She told me I broke the deal.
Did you?
Yes, Morgan, I did. You helped me do it, remember?
Yes, but then we fought that demon. It's over and done with. It's
I don't know. Do they have brothers or parents, or I don't know how this shit works. Maybe a twin. Maybe a long lost cousin. Hi, Ty.
So I'm gonna need my axe. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe we should
So
talk to Jocelyn with the axe.
why is it being really creepy and moving around people and apparently in drawings of whatever that's supposed to be?
I think
It
was
could
the
be an
kid.
elephant.
It was just the
It's-
demon kid. But then again, aren't all kids?
So Morgan thinks we should go talk to Jocelyn because
Oh, but
certain things in her past.
not just yet, please.
Are
Is
you?
one of you trying to manipulate the other one way or the other? I don't know.
I wasn't trying to manipulate anybody. Yet.
Not yet.
Quit jumping the gun, Alex.
You just
Sorry.
suggested it, and I was like, no. Just we can finish our lunch and
Are you afraid to go back there? Has she hurt you?
no.
I have an axe.
No.
And then he lowers his voice. He's like, I have an axe.
Yeah, there's probably a few people glanced over first.
Yes,
after
yes, we
it.
all know that you have an axe to grind. But we're going to work. This is why we're here at the Red Lobster, a place of peace.
So
I think that
Morgan,
got more
that
looks.
was. I'm really going like, yes, so Morgan, you looked really mortal there.
Thank you.
The point is, we can kill her if you need us to, Vincent.
No. I just
We
need
don't
to.
mind.
No, what? Look, I do. What? No, I'm telling. I just need some recuperation time. Okay.
Do you guys hang out for a while he recuperates, or do you go off without him?
I'm not leaving without him, and he's obviously
No.
in danger and afraid of her, and so we'll just wait here.
Yeah, I think while we're waiting, since he seems determined to take his sweet time, we'll order some
No,
more
I'm
biscuits
just,
and a Pepsi.
I'm just determined to eat my food mostly, and then I'm like, okay, fine.
So do you actually finish? Do you go through eat all your food, or do you get it bagged
Oh,
up,
yes.
ready to go?
No,
Oh yeah.
no,
Okay.
no.
So you order a nice meal.
I'm going to sit here and finish it, and
Good. So yeah. So you're gonna head to Georgia. You're gonna head to Georgia's. Back. You'll take Ty's car.
oh hell no! I take my own car. Ty's car
Oh,
is
yeah.
shit.
It's a new car now.
Yeah,
My
it's
no,
other
still
car
shit.
broke down on the way back from the honeymoon.
Technically, it's a different car, darling. Different.
yeah, exactly. It's not new. It's still
It's different.
shit.
It's newer.
That's
It runs.
Some of it's newer.
Can I ride with you, Vincent?
What?
Do you mind if I ride with you, Vincent?
No, not at all. I can understand. I also don't want to get into the death trap.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Death trap.
Thank you, Tyler, for understanding.
Sports car, yay!
Yeah. So you're all driving over. Ty, you know, I think your car is like, yeah, it starts like, second attempt, pretty good.
Yeah. Hey.
That's maybe a record. Second attempt. Nice.
It works better than my old car did.
Yeah.
The other one, you had to like go beat on the starter to get it to work.
Yeah. Yeah, you do suddenly hear this voice saying, "She was supposed to have been mine. She would have devoured the world for me."
What? Where's the voice coming from?
It seems really, really close. It's like maybe just behind you or to side. It's hard to say.
Whipping around.
Yeah. There's nothing behind you.
Of course
Do you
not.
Yeah. Do you have a rear view mirror? Do you have that luxury?
I do, because it's, I think, technically illegal to drive without one.
I think your car is on that kind of.
I mean, like on really hot days, like the cheap glue melts off and it falls off, but we always replace it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you kind of glance, the voice that speaks again. It's like, she was mine, and you actually kind of see your own lips moving in the rear view mirror,
Oh my god!
saying the words. Which
Just gonna drive one-handed with my hand over my mouth.
Yeah, I think your kind of heightened senses, you're probably a bit on on edge. It does feel like occasionally that you see a face in the crowd just watching you as you drive.
It's really
It's like,
creepy.
oh, yeah. So you arrive at George's. It seems like it's all blacked out inside the shop. Like really blacked out. Like there should be sunlight coming into that, at least a little bit into the shop, even if the lights were off, but it is way dark. Maybe the curtains are pulled.
Oh, maybe Jocelyn's in trouble. We should hurry and go inside, Vincent.
So Morgan rushes in.
No. Walk slowly.
I come here regularly enough, I just try the door.
It just slides open. There's like a little ding, one of the little bell things that rings, and it's just this absorbing darkness just filling the shop. It's like the light from the open door just does not go further than just a foot or two.
I go for the light switch.
But it just flicks up and down. There's nothing.
So this is a fun party trick.
Okay, no, it's not.
It might be some. It's hard to tell, but you can just make the vaguest silhouette, maybe, kind of directly ahead near the kind of a counter, and obviously the kind of the vague silhouettes of the mannequins to either side along the room. But it's really hard to see. You can't see any details. That's really straining to see.
Ty, maybe you should go first. What? You have an axe?
I know. So Ty will stride in and probably immediately trip over something because he's only been here once, and it was post-possession, and he was very confused.
There might be like a little stumble, but he masterfully recovers.
Chosen reflexes.
Yeah. And do you go just like all the way to one of that whatever that is directly ahead, right at the back?
Like, probably as I'm moving, like, hello, and I'm trying to, like, if it looks like a human silhouette, I'm trying to touch like its shoulder.
You can kind of just about see the kind of pale skin in the darkness of a female form, and the head kind of lolls back a bit, and you can see it's Jocelyn there. Kind of not. She's definitely moving a bit. It's not a corpse, well, depending on your definition. She's
Joss?
Was that you poking
Do you
her?
go?
Do you
go? You actually come back to poke all the way in?
Yes. Because it's Vincent.
I'll follow and keep a close eye on him.
Jocelyn's
I'm
voice
back.
kind of starts, and it's like, you break deals. You kill
You guys hear that?
my
Did you
bride.
guys hear that?
Bride.
You expect no retribution. You don't even have what little ounce of power with you. She is off following her greed, her lust for fame, leaving you weak.
Look, I get the whole creepy speech thing, but can we maybe start with some clarification?
Her eyes are kind of like rolled back in her head as she's like saying these things.
I'm hearing this as well.
Yeah, me too.
The door is like slowly closing behind you.
Of course it is.
Probably there's a slight creak, so you can kind of hear it happening if you're not looking. It's slowly.
And Ty's just like carrying on, like maybe some names, references, who we killed.
Vincent's going like, I think it's him.
Who? Him who?
I don't know his name. Sorry, it wasn't on the.
You kill my minions.
Oh, it's his boss. Shit, that's worse.
I think he said something about a bride.
She was not yours. Blood means nothing. She would have been my bride for centuries. Eons of pain. She would have swarmed the world. She was not yours. And she was not yours to dispose of.
Ty,
Yes, Vincent.
I feel uncomfortable putting a gun to her head.
If you hand me the gun, I'll help.
Axe, remember? Axe.
Yes.
Also, that's your girlfriend that I thought I wasn't supposed to kill. Right, girlfriend. I can use that word. Are you cool with the word girlfriend, Vinny?
There's an awkward silence after you say that word. Like. Wait. Let's try talking first. Hello, who are you?
I think around the room you kind of realize that some of the mannequins are actually kind of Jocelyn's or Morgan's ex minions, kind of just standing there still. You can kind of like just notice that some of the mannequins are actually breathing and.
You know, Ty, I don't know which is the worst fight. This demon we're about to face, or Vincent and his commitment issues.
Small break, but
I'd like to use some big magic.
big magic.
Yeah, some dark magic, great magic, the whatever magic that I have. Here, what's it called? There's a thing called big magic. It's actually in the book. Big magic. B-I-G. Rhymes with big
Are you
magic.
using magic or big magic?
I want to use magic, and then
Magic.
perhaps big magic. But I'll start off with small magic, using magic. I want to try to compel this fake Jocelyn to reveal what's heck's going on. I'm not sure if I can do that. See, I could inflict some harm. That would be nice. Not really useful, but nice for me. Trap a monster, person, or minion. I will do that. I'm going to trap it. Or banish. Ooh, banish. There's so many things you can do with magic. Use it more often to solve our problems. I want to banish
Magic
this
never
thing.
goes wrong. So
I'm banishing it. Banishing. Get thee hence! Get out of the Jocelyn's body so I can hate the proper person. Just like cross my arms into a head nod, and that should work. Right?
quite possibly.
Okay. So using magic is rolling plus weird. I've already
Yes.
established my weird powers. Here we go.
You do have quite a lot of weird.
That's 11. I get to choose things with my 11.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not advanced.
Choose an effect, and it works without issue.
All right. I'm to banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits. Banishing the spirit or curse from Jocelyn, so we can talk to her like I really want to talk to her.
She kind of like suddenly goes, and you kind of like for a moment you kind of see this like hand, like the seeming you didn't notice it before, but it seemed like this like dark shadowy hand was just like resting on the back of her head, just pull away into the shadows, and possibly just the glint of two eyes kind of just recede as the the room kind of starts to slowly lighten up again. Oh, I'll just. She's like still recovering a bit. Do you rush to her to hold her, Vincent? Is that your relationship you have?
No, that's not the kind of person Vince is. So he probably will first year collapse to the floor and then go like, "Oh, right," and then sort of go like, help her up.
Thank you. Vincent, sit by me.
But okay.
And she goes like one hand on your shoulder. And well, that was quite unpleasant.
Who was that?
Have you
Get a
been?
name.
Have you been pissing off unspeakable ancient evil? Vincent, again, Vincent.
Hey, not since that last time. Trust me, I actually have to. I have to bring my car into the garage now. It's. You don't know what sort of hell I'm going through here.
Morgan, what if you got poor Vincent into?
Well, actually, I'm here to help take care of Vincent. And you did no such thing. I just released you from the thrall of whatever is threatening him. You're welcome.
Victim blaming, Morgan? Victim blaming? I've been reading blogs.
I see. I'll do the Google for that later. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. We need to focus. We've been receiving threats, and by we, I mean Ty, and I mean Vincent. And it seems to be centered around our group, of which you're excluded, the group that I'm talking about that's threatened.
I'm going off on a limb here, and I'm going to say that somewhere over in New York, Mrs. Sosna, god damn it, and wherever Eric is, there's probably also weird stuff going on.
Vincent, what is the... How do you... I mean, now that you're kind of with Jocelyn, how do you feel about Bran and Ty being... I mean, there was some
Well, and
weirdness.
There's a sort of glee in the fact that she's buggered off to New York, like a few months after the wedding. Like, hey, guess you're not man enough for her.
Oh. But I mean, is that in a look that you've shared, Luke, or just a private thought, or is that something you've actually said, Vince? Is that something you said while drunk?
There's been looks. The words have been hushed, or whenever whenever Ty's not listening.
What was that, Vince? Oh, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, well.
Another beer? Oh, okay.
I said she doesn't love. I mean, she's having an amazing time with her career, isn't she?
Look, this is something, I mean, Vincent dear, you're welcome to be here. Okay, we had a little lapse in security, but I'm sure I can sort that out. And you're welcome to stay here, and of course I will protect you, darling. You are precious to me. I'm sure the others can have a arrangements of their own that they can. Well, I don't really care, but Vincent, you can stay.
That's good. So you do have something to keep that thing out, right?
I mean,
Wait. So you seem to have a bit of an idea what we're dealing with here. Is this the same one? Or are we talking his daddy?
well, I don't know the exact details, but I mean, in certain circles that I've been known to read, there is a certain. I wouldn't say exactly. Maybe more than rumors, but
I always hate it when there's a family business.
I wouldn't say family. Master might be a better word.
There's a blank stare from Vinny, like, yeah, no, that's basically how parents go.
It's been quite a long time since I've had to deal with mine, so it's.
What was all this nonsense about riding, destroying the world together?
Well,
I'm guessing. Remember your sister?
No, I've completely forgotten her, Vinny.
Tut. You should always remember your family.
Yes.
That was sarcasm,
Yes.
cow.
Yes. Yes, Ty. You should always remember your family. Your family is always there for you. So, go on, Jocelyn. You were saying.
She kind of pulls him slightly closer and kind of like smiles quite proudly, like a well-behaved pet. Like, well done.
Well, she just said something that I would have wanted to say anyway, so I was like.
Yeah, when she like kind of pulls you close, it's kind of like dividing you away from the others. Like, so it's a bit more like two sides of the conversation. You're now on Team Jocelyn. Well, yes, it's definitely a master thing. Well, I wasn't involved in that. Whatever that horrendous events. Vincent told me a little bit about it, but and I am quite upset with you for pulling him into that. If you'd harmed him before I'd got to sink my claws into him, I would have been quite upset with you.
Right.
Yeah.
At what point are we going to be productive towards ending this thread?
That is an excellent question, Morgan.
Thank you, Tom.
I have heard of holy ground being a little bit of an anathema to
What is
call
it,
it?
Highlander?
Who knows? What's a Highlander? I'm sure it's not a Scottish man. No. Horrible people.
It's a Scottish man if they're pretending to be Egyptian, I think.
She just
I think he was. But there was also the one that was Spanish. Never mind.
It's some show where guys go around chopping off each other's heads. I don't know.
So then
Like
I
a
think
play.
what we need to move Vincent to some place on holy ground. Is that a problem for you, Jocelyn? The holy ground?
Hey, it's not just after me.
Well,
It usually is.
he's safe here. He will be.
Wait, is this ground
I
in
could
any
make
way?
a little corner. I could bring a priest and get a little corner set up for him. Little holy corner.
Vincent.
I don't want to live in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
My words exactly. I agree. Vincent should not be put in a corner. Even if he's been bad.
Vincent. Come over here a second. So, this is the part, and believe me, I've been through this a couple of times now, where the big bad monster uses people around you to get at you. And the best thing you can do is separate yourself at this point.
Vincent.
I mean, you
dear.
do care about her, right?
Vincent.
Ty knows what he's talking about. God damn it, I never thought I'd say that.
Hey.
Can I try that axe sometime?
Yes, you can try the axe sometime. Just don't, go chopping wood with it.
By the way, does the axe have like any kind of like is it like Mjolnir type thing going on?
I don't think so. I mean, it's obviously tied to Ty being the chosen one, but it's not like like he wouldn't be able to lift it or something. It might just be like a normal axe for him.
Yeah. I mean, do you have it? Is there any sort of? I mean, I've never really asked this, but is there any kind of like control over it, or is there, other than it being like, I don't know, it's just devastating axe? I mean, will it obey you in any way?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like it's an ancient artifact that's somehow tied to my character's destiny. Because basically it's it's like I think in anyone else's hands, like it would be an axe, like probably a really expensive axe because it's an ancient weapon.
Yeah.
So I mean anyone could probably use it as a weapon, but for Ty it's particularly destructive because it's directly tied into whatever it is he's supposed to accomplish as the champion. That's why he keeps going, I have an axe, because he doesn't really know what he's supposed to do with it. He also can't pronounce the names, like the proper name of the axe, so he's just like, axe. Ty has problems.
Is it okay if we have a little pause at this moment before we see where you guys stay by a break and such?
Okay.
Sure.
So we have 5 minutes.
Okay, that sounds very Minnesotan.
You leave me alone. I didn't have to save you.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Okay, great. Vi skal ha en pause. Bare en liten pause.
Okay, see you in 5.
Are we all back? Just Rich. Waiting for. You have an SMG. Sorry.
Yes.
Side chat.
I
So
don't
why-
just have.
Why were you trying to get other people to shoot her in the head?
Well, I felt uncomfortable doing it because, sort of girlfriend.
Yeah, it's always
We
awkward.
don't use that word.
I mean, you would not hear Vinny say the word girlfriend, but yeah, putting an SMG to her face, that just seemed wrong.
Well, if you want relationship advice.
Yeah, Tyler is the last person he would ever go to.
Well, he got the girl you wanted, so.
And
Oh,
she's
snap.
Where is she?
And where is she now?
Okay.
Yeah, Vincent's got he's got a corner of his own. He's got everything.
He has to ask for permission to leave the bed,
You say that like it's a negative.
Yes.
No, for clearly it was. He was trying to escape, if I recall.
What can I say? She just has a big appetite.
Hmm. Oh, sorry, I just found a section of the keeper's moves on the keeper's reference sheet that I've not seen before, which actually gives information on how to award XP above and beyond the whole
Oh.
making a mistake, which was very hidden in the original version. That's cool. Well,
Good to know.
yeah. If you're ever GMing once a week. You are all in George's, the goth shop. You and Jocelyn and some of the hangers-on who are just being nice and silent, as is the kind of general rule. None of them have kind of put up their hand to be allowed to speak. They're not very interesting anyway. Let's just forget them. I'm sure Morgan treated them much better.
Yes, absolutely. And especially if they were sad.
Always a shoulder to cry on.
Always, I've got two.
I wonder where you kind of culled your minions from. Just as a quick side question.
For George's?
Well, when it was yours.
Yes, and Le Petit Mont had a number of people who operated. There was Julie, and she was a college dropout, and so she was a bit sad about that. So I gave her a job, and she kind of loved it. So I had to make things tougher and tougher so that she would still be sad.
Did you have to keep reminding her that, she really needed to kind of buck up her game because, there's other people who could work here? Oh.
Well, yes, it's a fine line between being sad and being scared of losing your job. So it's very delicate work.
It's an art.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just learning in side chat that does Vincent rattle slightly as he walks due to all the guns he seems to own.
No, it's only 2 guns and a knife.
Okay.
I was just going like, oh hey, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, I don't think this conversation is over. I think, Vincent, you want to stay here, don't you? Don't you, dear?
Well, considering what just happened here, and considering your advice, and yes, I am trying to manipulate her. I mean, you said holy grounds. Now, of course, yes, we could maybe get a priest here, blah 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 blah. Get this. I mean, get the the
Your holy
grounds
corner.
consecrated. Yes, or you know, a church that's already there, and then there's no more. I think that will be faster than finding a priest to. Yes, get the ground consecrated.
I still expect to see you here tonight.
If I'm not dead by then.
Okay then. If you're not dead, back here tonight. Morgan, I will
Jocelyn,
loan him to you for the
Yeah.
time being.
He's his own man, and he's made his choice, which was not you, I'd like to point out.
Either way, she's trying to take the high ground.
Yeah, Finn's just holding up his hands like, hey, I didn't say anything.
Either way.
Yes. You have fun. Jocelyn, thank you for your paltry amount of information, which only worked to your own detriment.
She
If you
just,
could-
yeah.
If
Her
you could
lips
enter a
pursed.
church, I'd say you're welcome to come visit.
She's like standing now, at least as far. I guess you're kind of like backing away as you're saying this, because she's like standing like in the middle of the room, kind of just like as far towards the windows as.
Morgan, don't push it.
I like pushing it. It's fun to push. Have a good night, Jocelyn.
It's during the day, so she's like.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
so dark in here.
The kind of the arc of light from the windows is just kind of stopped like halfway into the room where she's standing. Just her feet just away from the light.
These curtains are hurting your business. You should take them down. I'd do it for you. Good day.
I think she is just holding back her kind of like seething annoyance. So she doesn't trust herself to say anything as you leave. Do you go over, like, give her a quick peck on the cheek, Vincent, before you leave, or?
Seems like a bad time. This situation is way too charged. I'm like, yeah, I think this is probably. Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
She barely looks at you, just still like seething.
Yeah, exactly. Like
daggers at the back of Morgan's head. I think.
Don't worry, we'll keep him safe.
Also, just she doesn't bother. Yeah. So you're out on the street. You see like some one of the little minions in the shop quickly kind of running over to the window and closing the big black thick curtains across the large shop window and pulling the blinds down over the door.
so, demons again! Yay!
The shop counter flies through the window into the street, and you hear some swearing.
We should probably get going.
Yeah. So, funny thing happened to me while we were driving over here. with the voices. Don't really want that to happen again.
Huh?
So your car?
Yes.
Shotgun.
So where exactly
Yes,
are we
yes, you're
going?
in the back, Ty. Nearest church.
There's probably a. What would be? I think there's a church, synagogue, mosque, a few, a selection of. There's a graveyard as well. Somewhere.
Is there like an old abandoned church somewhere where there could possibly be a fight without endangering people?
Oh, come on. Who actually still goes to church?
The priest.
Um.
Also, I really don't want to break any stained glass windows. Do you know how expensive those are? Brand got paid a lot of money.
I think I want that to be a move to see if you can find a. What would that be as a move? Because I think that sounds like something a task to.
Sounds like a reason to roll dice.
Yeah. Do I do the?
Maybe it's a read a bad sitch.
Could do an act under pressure.
Fire.
I think
pressure.
it's really a bad situation because it does have a very good. What's the best way to protect the victims? Which you seem to be wondering about civilian casualties and.
Because that's what we do.
Who's the driver or?
I'm driving.
I mean, or
You are
does Morgan
driving.
knows a lot about the?
Also, I'm a wheelman.
Oh.
So, yes, I have a +1 ongoing while driving.
Nice.
If only we could get this ride blessed. This could be your new. Just drive around to different Burger Kings and other drive-throughs. So Tyler, you're going to suggest a place for us to go?
I think Vinny's rolling, so Vinny's making the suggestion,
Oh,
right?
Vinny knows the place, yes. He's cased all over the church.
Feel free to help if this goes badly. That's an 8. Nine.
Oh, we
So
should help.
someone could, yes.
You like? Oh, you remember there's a couple of churches.
No. If you go down that one street, there's like 5 churches there. We'll just have to pick the best one.
Yeah.
Ty is much
It's
cooler
it's been
than
quite
I
a long time since I think. I mean, he has got the Italian background, so he's a bit of he's a very lapsed Catholic.
Yes.
Very lapsed. So it's been a while since you've been to any churches. So.
How well have you been going to church, Ty?
Yeah. But we did scope some out when we were first talking. Well, I was scoping them out because nobody told me we had to have the wedding outside, and I was trying to help.
Oh, wow, yes. You just had a wedding. You know churches around here.
So I roll 2.
Plus.
That's a 10 on the dice.
Yeah.
It's plus cool normally.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's
So there's I think when Vince mentions some of those churches, you remember that Ty remembers that one that was a bit of a shithole and was like they were just like it seemed like no one went there anymore. It was just this little old priest who just potted around, kind of occasionally doing sermons to people who just wanted to come in from the rain. Like,
Oh.
we had nowhere else, just. And then we just leave as soon as the rain stopped.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, on a little hill, kind of just behind some industrial area. Yeah, it's pretty far from any civilians. Possibly across the road from that warehouse.
Oh, that would make sense.
Memories.
All right, let's go there then.
So, yeah. You arrive.
So I think that would be up to you, Vinny, to do your thing.
I think.
Yeah, you get questions.
Yes.
Yes.
You also get questions. Yeah.
Yes. What is the best way to protect the victims? Is a good one to start with.
Well, I think moving away from civilian areas is a good start, and I think somehow you're gonna have to get this. There's a little priest, little old man priest. There, you're gonna have to somehow get him out of this area.
Mhm.
You have to make sure he's left.
Yes, I think that's also a bit of an answer to what's the biggest threat, but
I'll give you that one for free. The omnipresent ancient evil.
well, I think the best way in is just going to be the front door, but I just in case, because I think that just leaving before this is over is bad. So I'm just going to ask, what's my best way out?
I think. If you could somehow. I think kind of camouflaging yourself in possibly the idea of holy water comes to mind. Would give you some kind of, at least until you dried off, would give you a bit of a head start.
Good to know.
Possibly wine if it's been consecrated yet.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
I mean, I don't know if it's a danger, but there does seem to be like some sort of groundskeeper who's just sweeping up leaves.
Yeah, that's no danger whatsoever, probably. But we'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
He's just, I think he's like walking along the outside wall of the church, kind of collecting up litter and stuff.
So what's the plan?
I
Litter.
suppose we go in. We get the vicar to get the hell out.
How do we do that?
Waving a gun in his face usually helps.
You're going to threaten a priest?
Well, you have a better idea?
Looking at Morgan. hopefully.
We could ask nicely. We are fighting a demon.
Wait, are you going to actually say to a priest, "Oh yeah, we're fighting by the BT dubs. We're fighting a demon"?
I don't think Morgan says BT dubs.
No, that was.
Tyler, what does that mean?
By the way,
Oh, by the way, we're fighting a demon. Father, can we have some equipment to use against said demon? Simple?
Also,
it could work. We've never quite tried that before.
It's the best policy, Vincent. Like, Jocelyn, I don't really care about you.
also,
Honesty.
maybe the priest should take his groundskeeper, because I'm guessing
You
he
hear
has
like a
key.
kind of like a smirking laughter. It's like a low.
Never mind, too late. Let's go in.
You think you can hide in here? It may stop me for a while.
I'm
But
not
you
listening.
have insulted
I'm not
me.
waiting for the speech. I'm just rushing in.
Yeah, this is a very gappy demon.
Yeah, it's like dropped the litter spike picker thing up, and it's
Yep. Yeah, no, it's really like
standing
la la
there.
la la la.
watching
Not
you.
listening.
You kind of
Yes,
like
we defeated it with immaturity.
yeah.
Thank you, Vincent.
You can feel like the daytime is kind of dimming as you kind of run into the church behind you. Like nighttime is drawing in early. The sun's still up in the sky, but it's kind of becoming slightly faded. And I think it's almost like it's almost been blacked out by the time you get inside.
I'm having second thoughts about sending this guy out there by himself.
Well, then let's keep him in here. He's a priest. He's a holy man. He's holy grounds ish, right?
He's like 90. I'm pretty sure, like, if he just falls over, he'll break a bone.
Perfect for the demon to possess him, and then we can easily take him. Then
Benny!
what?
So we're gonna go inside the church.
It's a pretty rundown building. I mean, it's stonework, but kind of scuffed, worn benches, facing a little dais type thing. A plinth? No. A pew? No. The thing at the end where the priest stands behind. One of those.
It's a lectern, perhaps?
A lectern?
I think it depends on which faith you are.
I think it also depends if you're British or American, or there's lots of things that it depends on.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is. But we know what you're talking about. There's a box.
There's a box which you store a book on top of.
Mhm.
Possibly a candle or two. Possibly. Anyway, I think the priest, he's like going along the benches and just kind of like with a sigh picking up the books that he set out this morning, which I assume have not been even moved.
Oh, I kind of want to hug this guy. Oh.
He's quite I think he's quite short, and I don't know. It's hard to tell how old he is, but he's definitely past 60, somewhere in the maybe 70s, early 80s. So, collecting 4 books and then going back to the book storage and then coming to collect 4 more books.
Excuse me.
Sosna. Yeah, I never forget a face.
Good job.
So, still planning on getting married, are you?
Yeah, she wanted to
Decided
do
where to?
an outdoor thing that was different. But anyway, look, this is going to seem really abrupt, and you're probably going to think we're crazy. But hey, we're going to give it a shot. There's a demon outside, and we're here to fight it because holy ground and demons don't get along, apparently.
You're trying to convince him that there's demons.
Yes. Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. Wow. Yeah, no. Ty should not talk ever again.
That's XP,
I have a phone in the back. I can call the police. He starts to kind of like move quite slowly towards his back room. The phone.
This is where Vinny jumps in and goes like, "See, that doesn't work." And then he pulls out his gun and goes like, "No, you don't want to call the cops."
This is a church, you
That's the
ruffian.
point. That's the whole point. There's bad stuff out there, and you're a good guy. And
Kids and their drugs and the
we're
rock
at
and
the
roll.
very least neutral. So this is a good place to be. Don't pick up that phone, and we'll just go on our way once we've done our business.
He's still making his way.
Ty like steps around him and shuts the door, which is like 2 steps away, you know. Quick.
Yeah.
Okay, no, like seriously, there's really a demon out there, and we really need to fight it, and we really want to make sure you're not hurt. And we're kind of hoping you have something good at killing demons for Vincent, because we know guns don't really work that well.
How about I dip my bullets into the holy water? Wait, that would make them inert. Never mind.
He's like he's pulling at the door, like rattling it, like trying to make it open. Obviously, doesn't quite have the strength to overpower Ty in a door opening contest. It's like, when I think of Vincent's comment, he's like, "Pervert! Don't you dare stick things in the holy water."
Okay, well, you sprinkle
Get
something
the
then.
phone.
Morgan, can you talk some sense into him?
Are you really suggesting that you,
She's more charming than either of us.
I am suggesting that perhaps
Morgan,
sticking
are
a
you not
gun-
going to catch flames when you talk to a priest? Is that not a thing? What about
No.
crosses?
That's only for Jocelyn. You have us mixed up. It's a little speciest, actually. I'll let it go. Those are your charming blue eyes. Father, perhaps we are a bit odd, and perhaps Vincent's just a little violent, but I am asking you to at least trust us and give us a place we could stay for the moment. we are being threatened, and that's why my friend Vincent is a little nervous. Could you please give us that aid, Father?
I think you know what to do.
Yes, well, I am unnaturally appealing, so I will roll some dice. +3. I'll just roll 2 6-sided dice this time. Oh, that's a 10.
He kind of like, he stops, like, demons.
That is what
Demons?
we said. Yes.
I knew it. I knew they existed. Get me my box.
Oh, get his box.
I think it's behind the aforementioned bookie box, as I think it is referred to in the chat.
Due to the bookie box.
And it's like a old wooden box with a padlock. It's like he's taking a key out from his from around his neck on a thin chain. Oh, bring me to the box. Bring the box to me.
Yes, of course. Here you go, Father.
He's like "Ugh," wobbling slightly under the weight of the box that you've put into his hands.
Can we go sit down?
I'll take the box from him and just hold it for him to open.
Thank you, my dear.
Father, have a seat.
He hands you the key to open it.
Oh. Ty? I'll hold it, you open.
Key in, turn, open.
Inside, wooden stakes, crossbow, holy water,
Oh,
weird books.
this brings back memories,
Insane
doesn't it,
notebooks.
Morgan?
This is the best. It's like a reunion. With objects.
Yeah, just an insane eclectic mix of weaponry and garlic and silver things and
Ooh,
Can we
garlic.
start sorting out the stuff that's not going to work?
Vincent, you should take the garlic. Just for later. I know you like that kind of food. You should make lots of garlic for all of your food. No reason.
I know what you're doing.
I just know you like it, that's all. It's from the onion family.
you kind of hear this kind of groaning sound, like the building is just like a force against it, like you can feel the stones of the building just grinding slightly against each other. Something is pushing against it.
Father, do you have some kind of inner sanctum? It's probably important that you get somewhere safe. We don't want you to get hurt.
But I've been waiting years for this. I was right. And he's like looks out the window and you can see like the ornate glass that's maybe got bits missing and is a little bit dull and cracked and has some graffiti on. It's like just black.
We will need you. If you can go to your inner sanctum, then you can pray.
Pray for our souls.
Yes.
Get on with it, quickly, come on.
I agree.
I think he's kind of shuffling to a bookshelf and pulling a book and opening a hinge that's got his secret room that he
God
had
damn it,
installed.
he has a secret room?
I want one of those.
I knew this day would come. They laughed at me at the seminary, but I knew. I knew. And he's like, the crossbow.
He's a bit
I'm going to
shaky.
fire that one time in my life. Haha, that demon's not ready for me. He's probably gone about 2 foot during that speech.
I'll hand in the crossbow. This should be interesting. This is the best decrepit church I've ever seen.
Fortress against evil. He's just muttering as he's going down some little stairs into his sanctum.
I feel like we need to come back and do some yard work after we're done. Clean up the leaves, and I mean, he's not gonna have a groundskeeper anymore, so.
There's like a thud against the front doors of the church. Something hitting.
Who is it?
You hear I think you start to hear you hear a car engine starting.
Oh.
Outside.
Is
And
it
then
my
hear, like, a-
car?
Glad I didn't bring my car.
Well, you can't see outside because the windows are all blacked out and the doors are closed at the moment. So, but you hear a revving.
And you laughed at my car. If we'd brought my car, he probably wouldn't have even been able to get it started. So.
You hear another loud rev.
Well, I think Ty's just gonna take up position, like all badass in front of the bookie box, with his sword ready. Like
He
you
has a
do.
sword.
Or sorry, axe. Whatever it is, an axe.
It's
There
right
might have
there
been a
on
sword
your
in the
screen.
box. Yeah, you suddenly hear the screech of tires as a car comes slamming into the doors and like, bouncing off the archway of the door, like knocking down one of the wooden doors and like just spinning out. Its headlights just shining in through the door as it comes to a rest.
Is it my car?
Yeah.
God damn it.
You can see the groundskeeper behind the wheel kind of just... He seems unconscious, but he's like kind of getting up out of the car. His head's like lolling, but he's still walking. Like, from his face, he just seems unconscious, but he's still moving.
Morgan, can you make that thing actually manifest and actually face us?
I'm sure I can do something like that.
I'd prefer not to shoot the groundskeeper. I will if I have to.
I will attempt to expel the spirit from this groundskeeper, Willie here.
From his what?
I just gave him a random name. I'm sorry, groundskeeper. Spirit!
There's
I
only
cast you
one.
out! Did it before, and I'll keep doing it. You're both going to get tired of this. You might as well face us. It's starting to get dark. That's when you are the most scary, so you should just come out and fight us. That's an 8.
You do expel it from the groundskeeper. He kind of like slumps to the ground against the front of the car, and it's like he seems half conscious as like lolling his head, and as he kind of slumps, a kind of shadow kind of comes away from him, but it kind of starts to fill the church. It's like something about the car kind of broke some sort of protective circle that was protecting you inside here. And the room's starting to get dark, and a figure kind of rises up out of the ground. Tall, thin, with like large eyes that kind of glitter in the dark, and just this horrible smile that's just The expression just is unmoving. It's just this big grin, and I think I can even find a picture because I have one. So yeah, it's the smile is unmoving, and he is just there in the shadows. Open with, and if I could do a screen share,
present it?
yes.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, there in the shadows, grinning out at you. At this point, like the groundskeeper, kind of like his head, like kind of lolling, just goes, "You thought this meager protection, this feeble fortress against my strength, would slow me?"
Holy ground, McClouds, and I start firing at it.
Yeah, you. Yeah, the bullets. It kind of becomes incorporeal as the bullets kind of fire comes in, and it's like peppers the remaining wooden door, and probably like one bullet kind of almost hits the groundskeeper, but just like goes into your car instead. And the groundskeeper just like chuckles.
Oh, Vincent, appears you're firing blanks. Tyler, can you do your thing?
I would like nothing more. I'm going to try to stab it with an axe.
Let's kick some ass.
Ooh. That is a high number. That is an 11, I think.
It's 11. There's some added things that you can.
No, I think only over 12.
Nope,
No,
on a 10
on a
plus,
10.
choose one extra. So I guess I would like to. I will gain the advantage, take one forward, and give +1 forward to another hunter, and that will be Morgan since she prompted me.
So you like leap in, you combat roll, you leap over a bench. How
Like
was
you
your?
do.
Yeah. As you kind of like swing in, the blade kind of he starts becoming corporeal, but as the blade kind of touches the incorporeal stuff, it kind of solidifies again, and the blade of your axe sinks into its shoulder, kind of quite near the neck, to about 5 inches, so quite a deep. And as you do it, kind of like its hand rises up, doesn't touch you, but you kind of slow in your dive until you're kind of almost like frozen in place. And it's like actually the groundskeeper hisses. The face still stays in this grin, but the groundskeeper like hisses and it says, knowing the name of your axe that you can never say.
Something Norwegian, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I'm not going to try and make up a magical Norwegian.
Where's Boodle? Get Boodle on the line.
But anyway, it correctly pronounces the name of your axe. And it's like, the, and just like the groundskeeper kind of spits in disgust as you're kind of like held there, the axe still in its shoulder, but you kind of like kind of immobile in the air, at least for the moment.
Sweet.
Cool. First I'll say, Vincent, go beat the crap out of that lawns man. And then it's mostly so it feels useful. I'm going to use some magic because I've been working a lot on this and reading a lot of Brand's notes that I have not at all stolen or purloined.
There's a few strange books in that box as well.
Ooh. I will use a box book. Hopefully, not just being
Boxy book box.
The booky box book is what I shall use. Try to use some magic. I want to inflict harm on this creature. Although I am tempted that I could enchant a weapon, but it already has plus magic. So, I could enchant Vincent's gun. If I enchant the gun, will the bullets do magic and plus damage?
I guess it depends on the roll.
Oh, well. I'll give that a chance. I'll start I'll of course be speaking in Latin because it's a religious book. That's a requirement. So I will summon forth the will of the Lord because he really hates demons, and I don't.
And he
count
loves
that.
Latin.
And then I will attempt to enchant Vincent's gun so that he can be useful. Feel nice. Alright, so I'm rolling plus weird. Here we go. Whew, that's 5 plus 3 is 8. So I am choosing enchant a weapon. It gets plus 1 harm and plus magic. And I get to choose a glitch. The glitch is that the
I don't
magic
think you
draws...
do get to decide a glitch, do you?
Oh, I do. It says in the rules, when you use magic,
if
see
you
what you're trying to do. On a 7 to 9, it was imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has. But I get to choose.
Yes.
I define the path, and then you ignore me and say whatever you want. So I'm going to define the path now. Sorry, Vincent. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention is what I choose, because that makes me laugh.
I'm just going to tell you now that Vincent doesn't speak any Latin.
Well, lucky for you, you at least see your gun start to kind of glow slightly with a holy light. The head of this being is looking right at you. It's like he doesn't move. I mean, his head turns to face you. His legs don't move. His arms don't move. But suddenly he's just gliding towards you. The tables, the benches are just like getting pushed away by some force. He's still got Ty there, kind of his hand up there, just about touching Ty, and it's like frozen, with the axe still in the shoulder. But he's like sliding towards you, gliding across the ground. He's getting close.
You can shoot it now.
Yes, let's pull the trigger.
Let's kick some ass.
Tough. It's a 9.
A 9. So. Yeah, the which weapon did you enchant, by the way? What were you holding when Morgan?
I had the SMG in my hand.
I mean, it goes off pretty wildly, but a spray of bullets kind of like going out. Like one pings off Axe or Axie.
Whoops.
Mr. Axe, depending on what kind of mood Ty is in. It doesn't leave a single mark because, I mean, it's Mr. Axe. And one of like the being's eyes just bursts. It's like this black ooze dribbling out, and like one of the teeth kind of cracks, and a bullet, and a few kind of bullets riddle the kind of upper torso and chest. As you just get like the force wave that was like coming along ahead of him just pins you up against the wall. It's like just knocking the gun to the side. It's still in your hand, but it's like there's just a giant electromagnet just pinning it to the wall. I don't think you are pinned to the wall, but the gun is just there, and you could feel it's almost like crushing your hand.
I think
against
you're
the
even
wall.
allowed to inflict harm on me.
Yeah, your hand is just like it's pretty crushed by the thing. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I think it's broken the bones in your hand.
Ah! I scream.
Beautifully acted. It would, yes. So
How much
everyone
ammo?
remember there's a +1 forward that that gun got, I think. But
Well,
that only
it
made it a 9.
was Morgan got a +1 that I forgot to add in, but it would have taken her roll from an 8 to a 9, so it's effectively not an impact. But it made me feel good, thank you, Ty.
I think the groundskeeper is now getting up and shuffling forward. And like, you dare touch me with that filth. And then another voice from the other side of the room. Like, you will pay. You will pay for thousands of years. And it's the little old man, priest. The things I will do to you. They're kind of converging on to kind of try and form like a human shield around the being who's now his attention is divided between Tyler and Vincent.
Is the axe still in its shoulder?
It is on the shoulder. I mean, this is the kind of time where that superhuman struggle against, you just have to believe in yourself enough. Possibly.
Yes, I totally do. And my axe. Mr. Axe. Okay. So Tyler's basically trying to complete the arc because the original arc was kind of stopped. So he's, concentrating all of his willpower on kind of continuing to try to bring that axe down to inflict more damage, essentially. Not well. That is a 6. I know.
I do have a move. I mean, it's kind of just a favorite of mine.
Do it.
And I might just have to do it because it seems a regular move that I do every time. Yeah. There's windows, aren't there? There are windows. The tire. I think it's expected. It's expected, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler kind of just goes spinning end over end, goes like flying through the window, while the axe kind of just gets like flung out of the shoulder, spinning, going out like the opposite window, and like also like some of the benches just around just like get pushed back. Like there's like this shockwave. I think everyone else is like will probably stumble on their feet from it. And I think there's a few bits of glass in Ty as he went. There's probably some sort of ornate, well, for this ornate-ish. It's not a great church.
That's exactly why I didn't want to go to a fancy church.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of metal and glass of like a sheep, a lamb, like stuck in his shoulder as he lands. I think I've broken Andrea.
Sorry.
Well, we have
Or maybe Jan broke Andrea.
we have Ty flying through windows. We have Vincent cradling his broken hand, and we have the giant demon looking a little nonplussed, but not terribly bothered by what we've tried to do. I
Yeah.
assume. Yeah, I guess I'll use some more powers from the book, because that worked great before. I mean, I could run up and bite it, I guess, but that seems like maybe it's not the best idea. I don't know. Let's see, how much damage do I do with my natural? Natural attack, claws, 2 harm, hand. Would those be? Do I judge them as being effective against this creature? My claws, I believe my life drain worked the last time we fought a demon, but the claws did not. Would it probably be the same here?
I think a roll can decide if that works or not. It's unclear. There's vortexes of magic just buffeting the room. Reality is possibly at this being's whim.
Ooh, well, that sounds exciting. I kind of want to cast the spell from the guns on my claws and have 3 harm. That would be wicked. I'll just run up and try to tear him a new one, a new demon butthole or something. I'm going to kick some ass, and my kicking some ass is a tough maneuver, and of course I can see right there, +2. That is a 13, thank you very much.
How does it look?
How does it look? Yes, I think that Morgan glides. Oh, she's wearing some really nice boots, vintage, and so she's gliding over the glass, barely even disturbing or cracking the stained glass as she approaches the creature. And I think what she does is this thing's tall, right? It's very tall.
Yeah.
Yes, she kind of
At least
leaps
7
up.
foot.
Oh, 7 foot, excellent. So she leaps up and she steps on his knee, uses that to kind of spring up, and then she just claw into his like little face, claw your face, right in the face.
Yeah.
He had an eye that was in the tooth, so it's just going for the face.
What extra effect do you take?
Oh, that is a great question.
By the way, as you glide into its face with your claws, the gun comes detached from the wall.
Oh. Now, is
Vincent
this
kind of
advanced?
falls with it.
Is this advanced? Or do you have
That's
to
only
do
if you've advanced it through an upgrade.
if you've taken the advancement of advance. So if you advance I heard you like advances, so I put an advancement in your advancements, and so it's got advancements inside it. Okay, +10, an extra effect. I'm going for terrible harm because I really want this thing to die, and I want Vincent to own me. So there. So that would be 3 harm if it's coming. The full harm of the harm.
You could have it's now it's kind of it's swinging its arms around, kind of to knock you off. I think you can just fall back, maybe bruise your ass as you hit the ground, maybe not. And it's like the swinging around, kind of blinded by its eyes, just oozing this goop, and just like, and the janitor and the priest, like in unison, it's like, you'll burn forever and ever. You'll be ripped to shreds. I'll crucify you on a mound of bodies. You shall be torn asunder. It's like it's now kind of its legs aren't moving, but its arms and torso are kind of swinging wildly at the area around it. Things are like cracks will like appear across like the stonework where it swings an arm towards, and some of the books go flying, and just, and your hands are just covered in ooze, gunk. Yes.
So, Vince is detached from the wall now, right?
Yes.
I think he's going to make his way over to the basin of holy water and try to pick that up with one broken hand and a good hand, but still it's going to be fucking painful.
Oh, that's an act under pressure or equivalent move. Yes, act under pressure.
Seems fair. Act under pressure goes on cool. Let's see. That's a 10.
I don't know if it's something, just some sort of divine strength that's just come into you or something, but with like a kind of this grunt of exertion, you manage to kind of lift this.
Exertion and pain.
Yeah. Possibly also it's because it's just a cheap. It might be just a cheap fake stone thing. Who knows? You're hurt, so that's not your thing to think about at the moment. But yeah, you lift it, and you have a thing of holy water. You are going to do something.
Oh, I'm just going to try and toss it over and it.
The instant it hits, the janitor and the priest just start screaming, just this horrendous, like throat-breaking scream, and it's just like it erupts in kind of flames, and just like it's like, almost like a chemical burn thing going, and it's just like tearing at its own skin. As it kind of falls to its knees. And the room's still full of screaming.
I'm just standing there mostly going, oops. No, not me.
Ty, I don't think being thrown through the window stops Ty for long. He's probably learned how to roll with.
He is the chosen man. He rolls through windows a lot.
He does. He really does.
I think he's probably taken classes since then because it just happens all the time.
Yeah, professional stuntman classes. Hey, that would be a good job. So, Ty. Ty, because he was, thrown outside, he's coming around the side. We were coming back around the front, and dude's on fire, right? Big bad demon dude's on fire. So clearly, the best option at this point is to run him over with Vincent's car, and then park the car on top of it because gasoline.
Oh, I don't think I even want you to roll for that. Yes, that just the car slams into it, and it's like comes to a stop on top, and the car's like just rattling. Like it's like you're doing those like hydraulics that they have on some cars, that make the thing bounce. It's like that. It's just like. You said something about gasoline?
Yep. Because I'm assuming at some point, like, he's going to puncture the gas tank. because he's now right underneath it.
Well, I mean, Vince shot his own car at one point. There was
That's
a
true.
bit of a little puddle that's kind of
That's true.
leads from where it broke through the door to where it is now.
Yay!
The little old man priest is like quite near where Vincent is, kind of like screaming, and the groundskeeper's quite near the door, also screaming.
Guys, we have to roll. And Ty is basically going to try to grab the groundskeeper because I think he's closer and haul him out with him because I know the way this works.
Yeah, so you like scoop him up as you go.
I guess the priest, maybe I can help him?
Yeah, I'll yeah. You scoop him. He's very light, and I think it's been shown that Morgan is quite strong.
It's kind of weird, so yes.
Do you just like scruff of the neck, or like of his vestments or whatever it would call?
I'll like lift him up over my shoulder and then just run out that way with his little legs kicking forward.
And just Vincent just hangs out in the church.
No. He realizes he has to leave, but he's looking at his car going like, but
Because you have a few. Do you have a few cars?
I have two.
Is that your favorite?
This was my sports car.
Oh, because the other one was like a bit more of a. Was in like
The
a
other
van or
one's a
something?
van. Yeah.
Yeah. You still got your van?
And there's like, he's probably backing away too slow. And he's probably gonna get some of the, like, but oh come on, Mike, and going to get some of the explosion.
Yeah, I think just as like you're kind of like you've like backed away to like a few feet from the door, like through the engine block, a hand just like smashes up, like to try and just pull the car away, and then it ignites and boom, all the windows of the church just shatter outwards. You go flying out the door, probably bouncing off one of the. I think who would? Ty. Bouncing off Ty. Ty probably managed to not get knocked over by it, so you can just like bounce off a Ty. And there, there's a kind of glow from the inside, and the shadows all just disappear, and it's daytime again, and smoke is just pouring out of the window.
Father, you had insurance, didn't you?
That doesn't matter. We killed the devil.
Vincent sort of awkwardly crawls off of Ty, like, oh, ow, ow, sorry, ow. A devil.
What?
Never mind.
What happened to my axe? So, if I went that way,
I think
it
you
must
can
have gone
see
that way.
there's like one of the gravestones is like one of those stone angel things, and there's just an axe in its face,
Oh,
where it's just embedded.
Of course.
oops. Better go clean that up.
I think if the angel head kind of comes away with the statue. So you've just got like your axe and an angel head.
Brand can probably fix this.
That's not
So Sorry about the church.
He's still kind of quite pumped. It's like, I can't wait to tell the other priests I killed the devil.
You were
Hey.
right.
Okay.
Keep it in mind. You knew it all along, Father.
A
I know. I should bring them. I've got evidence now. Like, they can't laugh at me anymore. Hmm. He's kind of like waddling back towards the church.
Okay, why don't we all just stay outside until the fire's
Yeah.
done burning and the structure has been declared sound by the fire department, which in my experience will probably be called soon.
I think you can hear sirens in the distance. Somebody must have seen it. And I imagine the fire service they know your faces.
Yeah, we should
They
go.
like seem to.
We don't have a car anymore, but we.
So do you head off walking through this industrial section of the city, kind of abandoned industrial park, back to
Yeah.
really? We have to take
Back
this.
home.
I have an axe. I can't take the subway. I'm pretty sure I'll be arrested. Taxi, maybe? You think they'll arrest us if we try to hail the taxi?
So you take off and to celebrate your
Yeah.
new another victory against evil. Taking a taxi.
Yeah, but hey,
Or do you take the bus?
I mean, really, it's just another devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we
yeah.
call Eric, and Eric has to come pick us up.
Yeah, I think
I
Eric.
know he's not hunting down leads, but
Yeah. Yeah, you get Eric like turning up and just like frowning at the church and like he like looks up and is like, I think what did he say? He's like, oh, that's like the church me and Linda got married in.
Well,
And
it was
sighs.
Tuesday.
Uncle Eric.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Tell me all
That's a
about it
creepy
as you drive
expression.
us.
And as you drive away, there's like just there's a postman doing rounds, and he just like stops and watches you go. A cold sneer on his face. Next time.
Dun dun dun.
Vengeance. Quite possibly, yes. The end.
The end. Yay.
Roll sinister
Yay.
music instead of pop music. Instead of pina colada.
Just so you know, Alex, I did level up in the course of this adventure, and so I took that priest as an ally.
Oh, that's so cool.
I didn't get a single fucking point of experience.
Oh, you should have failed harder.
Oh, wait a second. I'll just quickly, before we go off the line, I will look at the thing that I mentioned in the Keeper. Where are you, Keeper reference? Come back. RPGs, World Games, Monster Week, and Keeper reference. Okay, here we go. End of session experience. Did they conclude the current mystery? Yes. Did they save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes.
Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
There's a hierarchy of demons or devils.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I guess not. I'm not sure.
That one's
I mean,
trickier.
there was the weird relationship thing, and we've learned that Prinz has very bad choice in women.
This is true.
I'll allow that one. That's enough yeses to have 2 points of experience each.
Yeah, that's.
Hooray! I like that.
Neat. I like it. It reminds me of the
experience.
Dungeon World stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Experience. Possibly level advancements.
No.
No.
Probably for me. Let me check. Although I don't think Morgan got any XP this game either.
That will advance you.
That
You're
will.
sitting
It
at
fails?
3, Rich.
Yes.
You need to fail more. Your magic is just too good.
Yeah. Boy, oh, it's weird. Without Bran, I was like, Morgan's gonna have to do magic.
Hmm.
She did good at it, though.
She did rather well. I am pleased with Morgan. This game is always fun, Alex. You are a wonderful keeper. You kept my interest and you kept me happy. You keep well.
Yeah.
You're like
Simple
well
rule
preserved,
running
you keep
games.
so well.
Every few minutes, just give somebody else a spotlight for a bit. Try not to leave anyone. Yeah. Don't leave anyone behind.
I'm glad I got to charge up Vincent's gun. That was cool. You
That
got
was really
to
cool.
do something. I really like the flexibility of the magic system. I mean, it's all you really need for a game like this.
Yes. The downside is if you decided like you're a very non-magical person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ty's a very non-magical person, but it's okay
Yeah.
because he has Mr. X.
I mean, he can use magic in a different way. I mean, he could.
Yeah.
I think there's things like magical armor or something. You could just
But you still have to
do
be able to
something. Do one thing
roll.
that is beyond human limitation, which I can imagine that Tyler could do, being the chosen one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, he's getting used to getting thrown through windows, so.
Yeah. I think I might even have to make a custom move. For if there is a window in the room and a bad guy,
Ty will get thrown
roll.
through it.
Yeah.
When
Ty must
Ty
roll.
enters a room with windows, roll plus something.
Oh, God.
On a miss, you're thrown through the window.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jan and Rich.
Absolutely.
Always a joy. As I said in the chat, any scene with Jocelyn, Vincent, and Morgan is just a joy.
You play a catty vampiress quite well, Alex.
Thank you.
Yes.
You too.
Thank you. All right, so next week, no more. This is a Monster of the Week one shot, which we were lucky enough to have. Thank you, Alex. Next week, we are going to be starting off the beta playtest rules of Masks. And unfortunately, it is not about the 80s cartoon called Masks, where we play cops.
Oh,
I know. I really wanted to.
I want a car that converts
Yeah.
into something else, another car.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to portray BP Vest as your commander, but I found out that actually this is a young supers, like a young teenage to young adult supers RPG powered by the Apocalypse. Andrea and I have played this a bit, but I have never run it, which is going to be interesting. It is going to be set in high school. So while normally the target PCs for Masks is like 16 to 21, this is going to be a narrower range because it's high school. But I think that we're going to have some fun with it, using it as
And it's
inspiration.
a high school just for supers,
Well,
or is that not
I
inside
think
it?
yes. I think yes. Although I'm open to it being an integrated school, but at least half are supers, and I was thinking maybe it's all full supers. It's set in Halcyon City, which is the main city, the New York of the Masks setting. Masks, a new generation, not a choice of a new generation, but Masks, a new generation RPG, because they didn't like mine. The one that we as the playtest group has suggested, which was Masks, the young and the reckless. Right,
We're
Andrew?
very
It was the
upset.
best.
That was the best one. I don't understand.
That works with me. My character is going to be super reckless.
Yes, I think you're going to pull that off. It's so cool. I'm really excited, and we'll have a new member of the group coming in just for masks, Will, and Will is going to be playing a very interesting character. Like not Johnny's interesting. He's super eager. He's a super eager speedster, and I think he's gonna like the bits that we have so far on his character generation are hilarious. So thank you again, Alex, for running, and thanks Andrea and Jan for playing. It was super fun to get together with you guys again.
Awesome. Look forward to next week.
Cool. See you guys next week.